Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hayul Kushari bin Halim and I am from DEC60. So today I'll be presenting my second commentary video on social stratification. In this video, I will explain to you about the similarities and differences between me and a member of my extended family from previous generation that I've chosen, and discuss it by using 10 concepts of social stratification that I've learned. But before we proceed any further, first let us define what social stratification is all about. Social stratification by definition means a division of society into different strata or layers which involves a hierarchy of social groups, or in other words, where individuals and groups are ranked according to some commonly accepted basis of valuation in the hierarchy of status levels based upon the inequality of social positions. Social stratification occurs. Now, without further ado, let's moving on to the first concepts of social stratification, which is form of stratification. There are a total of 4 forms of stratification, which are slavery, caste system, feudalism, and also social class. So, for both of us, I can say that we both fall under the same form of stratification, which is social class. A class system is a social ranking based primarily on academic position in which a chief characteristic can influence social mobility. I will consider that my uncle and I are both from the lower middle class. This is due to the reason that for my uncle, his mother, which is my grandmother today, during her era, worked as a wanita UMNO chief in one of village in Johor Bahru. And his dad, which is my late grandfather, was a successful businessman back in the late 80s, where he owns a bus transportation and service company in Pasir Gudang. Whereas for my generation, both of my parents are also working, but not as professional as the previous generation do. My father used to work as the rental house owner in Johor Bahru, whereas my mother used to be a clerk. Therefore, based on those reasons, is why I categorize both of us, me and my uncle, under the social class. So next we'll be moving on to the next concept, which is class consciousness. Class consciousness is an awareness of one social or academic class relative to others, as well as an understanding of the economic rank of the class to which we belong in the context of the larger society. I can say that during my uncle era, they were considered as the bourgeoisie, as his late father owns a means of production, which is a bus services company that have more than 200 workers back then. In contrast, I would consider that we are the proletariat, as both of my parents are also working, but not as big as the previous generation had. But today, even for my uncle himself, he can be considered as the working class, as currently he is working as a Silat Master in his own Silat association, which is called as Lian Padukan. Next, we will continue with the next concept, which is false consciousness. False consciousness is a term used to describe an attitude held by members of a class that does not accurately reflect their objective position. For my uncle, he used to work as a managing director in his late father bus services company. Little did he know that the company will not last long, that it will not secure his position within the company. Later, he found that he needed to go for other things, which is the things that he liked rather than what he needed to force himself to do it. This is where false consciousness can be related to him, as he once did something that eventually does not reflect his objective position. So, moving on to the next concept that I will cover, which is regarding the status. There are 2 types of status, which is a scribe status and also a chief status. A scribe status is something that people inherited with them when they were born and without any talent or effort, while a chief status is something that people achieve through their own effort and hard work. To relate it with my uncle, I can say that he is influenced by his chief status for him to turn out to be what he become today. Is because of his struggles and hard work in learning Silat since his young age. Because of his determination in learning martial arts, he is now become one of the famous Silat master in Malaysia, and also gained a lot of followers due to his Silat teaching. Moving on to another concept, which are prestige and esteem. Prestige is the respect and admiration that an occupation holds in a society, while esteem is the reputation that a specific person has earned within an occupation. As I have said previously, my uncle is a silat master, which from the perspective of other people will consider him as a respectful person in the society. In terms of esteem, he now become the current Grandmaster of his Silat Association after the late Lian Padukan Grandmaster passed the torch to him as the successor. He has been awarded by the title of Guru Utama Lian Padukan that makes him as the Grandmaster. He was perceived by the people as a respected Silat Master, as up till today, his Silat Association now have its own branch in most of the states in Malaysia and also international countries such as Australia. Next is the concept of socio-economic status. It is a measure of social class that is based on income, education and occupation. I can categorize that both of us are lower middle class, or in Malaysia, we are considered as B40 class based on what I have already mentioned about the background. Moving on to the next part, which is the poverty line. It is a level of personal or family income below which one is classified as poor according to governmental standards. Both of us can be classified as other class relative poverty, which is used to describe the long-term poverty who lack training and skills. We can see that my uncle used to be someone who had that skills in martial arts, but previously he does not have that much time and money to polish his skills in learning, and this categorizes him under other class relative poverty. For the life chance, Max Weber used the term life chance to describe the opportunities to increase one's position in a social class structure. My uncle personally shared that he had that chance to explore or to learn martial art during his young age. He did mention that even when he was a teenager, he also had a lot of friends who were much older than him, which there he earned those experience and knowledge from them, and in help shaping what he became today. As for me, the life chance that I have received also advantages during my teenager, as I'm able to use my knowledge and life experience during pursuing my studies. Although my family is not that wealthy, I am grateful to have the chance to learn more in my life. Last but not least is the concept of social mobility. It refers to the movement of individuals or groups from one position in the society classification system to another. In this context, my uncle is considered to experience vertical mobility, which refers to the movement of an individual from one social position to another of a different rank. As I have mentioned before, my uncle used to work as a managing director in his late father bus services company. Yet, today, he now become a silat practitioner and also silat master. As in conclusion, what I have learned from this social stratification is that different people experience different life. Yet, we can strive to improve ourselves to be better. Even though I am not born with a silver spoon, I do enjoy my life and grateful for what I have today, and also will keep my hard work to make my life to be better. That's all from me. Thank you.